Hey guys, I am back reading my book again called Adventures Through Medieval Time Travel, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for 30 subscribers and for all the views I've gotten lately. And let's begin. So, where we last left off, our two friends Ian and Gavin were chasing some children through a cave. And so, if you guys did not see the last video, it would make sense for you to go watch that, otherwise this kind of will be a little confusing. So let's jump right in. Chapter 3, The Chase. Since this is the place from our father's stories, began Ian, we have to gather information out of those kids. Are you proposing we chase them? Asked Gavin. Exactly, replied Ian confidently. So they agreed and began the chase, not thinking of any consequences that might arise. They ran further up into the cave, copying every move of their pursued, until they returned to the room where the chase began. Now all the lights were out. Gosh golly gee, we lost them, said Gavin. By the great dragons, what will we do now? Replied Ian. Find shelter, I suppose, Gavin said quietly. They continued to wander around the cave until they saw an opening leading to a path in the forest. And so they began to go along the path, hoping that they would find something along the way. Chapter 4, The Coyote's Howl. The friends searched for minutes, finding nothing until, I found something, cried Ian. What? Yelled Gavin excitedly. A torch. Really? Said Gavin disappointedly. We can use it to see, said Ian. Gavin tried to explain that they would need something to light the torch, but he was cut off mid-sentence by a howl. Gosh golly gee, what was that? Whispered Gavin. By the great dragons, I think it was a coyote, said Ian. All of a sudden, a coyote jumped out of the darkness, but it wasn't just one, but an entire pack. That's not good, said Ian. Then a coyote jumped at him. Look out, cried Gav. He swung his sword and sent the coyote flying back. The two knights began to fight the coyotes, and they fought valiantly, but finally they began to become overpowered. They're too strong, yelled Ian. I know, but I have a plan. Just hold them off for a minute, said Gavin. I'll try, replied Ian, but what exactly is your plan? You will see. Just do what I asked, said Gavin. Okay, I trust you. Gavin raised his sword and began to explain. I can use my necklace to channel my magic through my sword. Ian asked, Are you sure? No, but it's our only option. Gavin began to focus and yell, Huzzah! All of a sudden, his sword was ablaze and the entire forest lit up like a match. Coyotes, fearing the light, began to run. Gavin was flinging fireballs at them left, right, and center, being careful not to light any trees. Yes, it worked, cried Ian, jumping for joy. I know, I can't believe it either. The two friends celebrated, but their jubilation was cut short, for the coyotes had returned, getting over their fear. Well, at least it worked a little, said Ian. We have to run, said Gavin. So they ran like never before, until the coyotes caught up. Gavin lifted his sword and slammed it on the ground, and the rock beneath them broke apart, and the coyotes on the opposite side of the newly made ravine. Let's get out of here, said Gavin. Agreed, replied Ian. The two friends did not speak at all for the next few moments until they rounded a bend leading to an exit from a cave. The first thing they saw was an empty cabin. It was not run down, but just abandoned, so they decided to stay there the night. Chapter 5, Rest. The two friends spent the next several days at the cabin. Their first order of business was figuring out what the oven was. Well, what is it? Asked Ian. Gavin thought for a moment, trying to see if it was familiar. Well, he finally concluded, this place is not from our father's stories, but it does look kind of like a wood furnace. You're right, it does, said Ian, realizing this. They found many things like an old rundown car They found many new things like an old rundown car, as well as familiar ones like fishing rods. At the end of the day, as the third day at the cottage began, Gavin woke up Ian at dawn. I was out last night exploring the area, and I thought I saw those kids, he huffed. I ran back as fast as I could. It was about a mile off. Really? We have to catch them, but we can't start now. We'll begin at daybreak then, said Gavin. And so, yeah, that is as far as we are going to go today. Next time, you will just have to wait and see what happens. And so, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will probably be doing a book review next week on a book that I read for school. And so if you guys are excited for that, then leave a like on the video. And with that, I just wanted to thank you guys once again so much for all the subscribers and views I've been getting. And goodbye.